Hello everyone and welcome back. So we're going to be continuing, or starting, the Borg Advance. And this is Admiral Devek saying, we need our best captains and work on teams, on special task force operations. These are difficult missions that require a skilled team to work together. Come see me at DS9 and I'll give you more information about task force operations. We need help for most skilled commanders.
Do you have any questions?
So let's head right down to DS9. And here's Admiral Devek.
You have earned renown for your deeds, and our galaxy is in great need of skilled warriors, diplomats, and scientists. I am in charge of joint task forces responsible for protecting the galaxy from threats like the Borg. Our unified team, the Omega Force, includes members of all species and all governments who have what it takes to stand in the way of galactic destruction and say, resistance is inevitable. We are the thin line that separates the Empire from ruination. It is our job to take on the most impossible tasks and make them possible. Special task forces aren't for everyone, but the rewards for those who can complete them are worth the effort. From what I hear, you and your ship are more than up to the task. Completing my missions won't be easy, but I and my officers will do all I can to help you. You will earn the finest weapons and armor that the Alpha Quadrant has to offer. You will be able to outfit your ship with equipment that will make you the envy of your fellow officers. Even special personnel or resources will be available to you. Good luck. You're going to need it.
Thank you, Admiral.
Do you have any questions?
Well, looks like we actually completed Borg Advance. I am so sorry. That's right. New Frontiers.
We've received some discomforting reports from the Lucari. They have discovered some unusual activity in an unexplored region of the Alpha Quadrant. The data suggests another weaponized use of protomatter, similar to what happened recently at Draconis 3. The Klingons have sent a ship out to assist with a Lucari investigation there, and we'd like you to join the operation. If the Zenkethi have developed a weapon of genocide, we must know of it at once.
Understood, Proconsul. Oh, we might as well just transwarp right there.
Our first contact with another species came not from the Federation, but from this sector, Ferenginar, to be precise. While the Ferengi have not always been the best of neighbors, they have provided us with valuable data on this sector. For a price, of course.
We have arrived in the Hernadzi system. I'm reading 2 ships in local space, incoming hail from the IKS core, Admiral. On screen.
Guavan, I am General Rodek, security advisor to the Lucari. I have read your report on the incident at 20 Draconis. If the Zenkethi are behind all this, we must be ready to meet them in battle.
Agreed. The Zenkethi are quite formidable.
Do you have any questions?
Why are you here?
I have met the Zenkethi in battle many times. I know how they think and how they fight. Because of this, I have been assigned to investigate the proto-matter incidents here. The Empire wants to know more about the Zenkethi's new weapon.
I see.
Do you have any questions?
What have you learned so far?
We know the Zenkethi have developed a proto-matter weapon. What we do not know is why. They have not attacked any of our enemies with this weapon. This is puzzling, considering their proximity to several key Federation systems. The Empire has asked, what drives the Zenkethi to use such a weapon? And I intend to provide the answer.
Agreed.
Do you have any questions?
No, let's get started, General.
The Lucari are just ahead, and eager to begin the search.
It's good to see you again. It looks like we have another incident to study. We sent out a number of long-range sensor probes to this sector recently. After the events of 20 Draconis, I took the liberty of setting the probes to scan for proto-matter. I'm afraid they found something. Let's begin our search by sending a short-range probe to the nearby planet.
This is your ship's maiden voyage, isn't it?
Yes, the project was a community effort designed by some of our best and brightest. With the help of our allies in the Alliance, we were able to finish construction and the shakedown cruise faster than anyone expected. The Riskova may not be as large or impressive as some ships, but she's ours, and she's ready for the job.
Congratulations, Captain. She's a fine vessel.
The crew of the Riskova stands ready.
Understood. Move to the planet and launch a probe.
Proto-matter is the weapon of a coward, but we respect its power.
Proto-matter can also be quite beneficial, General, when used properly. The probe is away. The atmosphere of the planet is so thick it will take the probe some time to get through the interference. While the probe is busy, we can collect data from the planet's moons. At least one moon has signs of proto-matter energy. A closer look will give us more information.
First moon's nearby, move closer and scan it.
Perhaps the probe's information will give us more insight as to why
This
these
is a
attacks
Class
are
Y
occurring.
moon. It's incapable of sustaining most known life forms, but it was scorched by protomatter recently. Why would anyone devastate such a place? I think we should take a look at the next moon.
Agreed, let's head for the second moon and conduct a scan.
They use the moon as a test site for the weapon.
If so, it was a poor choice. Why scour a world already devoid of life?
It sickens me to see protomatter used like this. Another enigma, I'm afraid. This is a Class D moon, similar to Luna in the Sol system. Incapable of supporting life, and yet it has been hit by a protomatter. Why? Perhaps the third moon will have some answers. Let's take a look.
Acknowledge, we'll head to the third moon and run a scan.
Another uninhabited moon, but one quite different from the first. What is the pattern?
This makes no sense. There is no tactical pattern to these attacks. There must be a reason, though.
Let's figure this out quickly before more lives are lost. The moon is Class L. I'm picking up some ruins on the surface, some simple life forms. There's evidence of crude attempts at terraforming, but no signs of a protomatter detonation. It looks like there was an attempted settlement on this planet, but the project was abandoned. By the look of these readings, it took place over a century ago. The probe we sent to the planet is active now. It's sending data back to us.
Maybe we'll get more answers after we collect the data.
I'm detecting incredible levels of radiation, atmospheric pollution, ruins of great cities, and... Oh no. Based on these scans, I believe this is the planet Kentar, the original homeworld of my people. There are no signs of protomatter here. It seems Kentar was rendered incapable of supporting life long ago. By the Kentari.
I'm sorry, Captain.
I can barely believe what I'm seeing. I've always wondered what became of them, and now I know. Most Lucari thought something like this would happen, but some of us hoped they would see reason and overcome it. It saddens me deeply to see otherwise.
I understand.
I suppose you have some questions for me.
Who were the Kentari?
Once we were all Kentari. Those who followed the teachings of the scholar Lucar came to be known as Lucari. The Kentari were obsessed with power and material wealth. Their pursuit of such things was destroying the people and the planet. The Lucari stood against those things, and for that, we paid a terrible price.
I see.
I suppose you have some questions for me.
Why did you leave your homeworld?
There was a terrible schism between Kentari and Lucari. It ultimately led to civil war. We lost. In the final days of the war, most of us chose self-imposed exile over death or imprisonment. We gathered on our remaining ships and left Kentar forever. To this day, that event is known as the Great Exodus.
Understood.
I suppose you have some questions for me.
You seem surprised to find Kentar here. Why?
Much about Kentar was stricken from our records, including its location. Only a few Lucari know of the homeworld. My crew and I were not among their number until now. It is a shameful matter that many of us would like to forget.
I understand, Captain.
I suppose you have some questions for me.
Time for that later. We should continue our mission. Lucari transmitted coordinates to the next system for investigation. We're ready to depart in your command. Engage. I'm reading the protomatter signatures detected by Lucari. Preliminary scans indicate the event occurred within the last 24 hours. General Rodek is hailing us on screen.
There has been a large-scale battle in this system. We are analyzing the debris. It appears the losing side possessed technology roughly a century behind our own. Preliminary scans indicate that the battle was very one-sided. I recommend we take a closer look at some of the nearby debris.
Very well, let's start with a scan of the debris ahead of us.
Our scans are showing the wreckage of dozens of ships. They weren't all military either. I'm seeing remains of freighters, mining ships, research craft, even luxury vessels.
Was this the Zenkathi Rodek?
Unclear at the moment. We have not detected any Zenkathi debris in the field yet. Whoever did this was powerful, but not honorable. There is no honor in attacking the weak. I'm detecting strong energy signatures ahead. Further scans may prove to be more conclusive.
Agreed, let's move to the energy signatures and scan them.
Around 50 ships were involved in the battle. Many were lightly armed, if at all. I am reading traces of engine-grade plasma ahead. It does not match that left by the local craft. Perhaps the aliens managed to score a hit to the engines of an enemy ship. I suggest we advance and investigate further.
Right, we'll move to the new energy signature and analyze it.
This is all that is left of a Zenkathi vessel. It appears the aliens detonated the warp core of one of their capital ships after ramming the Zenkathi at full impulse. They fought with honor. For them, it was a good day to die.
Tell me more about the Zenkathi, General.
They are reptilian, territorial, and aggressive. In battle, they are ruthless and devious. If they fought with honor, they would almost be respectable warriors. They fought the Empire and the Federation and lost. It appears they are preparing for another war, but with whom? I dislike riddles. Let us get to the truth of these attacks.
The sooner the better.
Perhaps they are testing the weapon against planets that are not part of the Alliance, hoping that we will turn a blind eye to their crimes. Once they have perfected the weapon, they will certainly use it on their old enemies. Their list of enemies is long. We should continue our investigation. There may be more clues in this area.
Agreed, let's continue to scan the area.
I'm receiving a distress call. It's very faint. I'm sending you
I
the
don't know who
coordinates.
you are or where you came from, but thank you.
What happened here, Captain?
What can I tell you?
Who are you?
Egan Burin, captain of the Pavini starship Bastion. Or what's left of her, anyway. Most of my crew was planetside on shore leave when the invaders warped into the system. We went into battle with a skeleton crew. It's a miracle we survived.
Indeed.
What can I tell you?
Why did the Zenkathi attack you?
I honestly have no idea. Until today, we had never seen them. We hailed them. They didn't answer, and then they started shooting. They just kept firing, even when we tried to surrender. And then, some sort of energy bomb went off on the homeworld. It killed everyone. They finished off the rest of our ships and left. Somehow they missed us.
Most fortunate.
What can I tell you?
Do you have any nearby allies or safe havens?
No. We had no colonies, no allies from other worlds. Until today, we were our own worst enemies. The powers that be on Povin fought amongst themselves from time to time, and everyone thought we were one step away from a global war. In the end, we put all of that behind us to fight these aliens as one. And we still lost.
You're still here, Captain.
I tell you?
Can we do something to help you right now?
There might be survival pods from other ships out there among the wreckage. Could you look for them? We're doing all we can to keep life support running over here. I can't start a search and rescue operation on my own. If you have any engineers you could loan or some spare parts, my crew and I would be forever grateful.
Our engineers will assist you while we search for survivors.
Thank you, whoever you are. Thank you.
I thought no one would come. Thank you, strangers. Thank you.
Someone heard. By all the gods, someone heard the signal. I'm saved.
Thank you again. May we seek asylum among your kind? Please, we don't have anywhere else to go.
We're sending you a location of Starbase K-13. It's not far from here.
It is time for a reckoning.
All hands reported in, we're ready to go, and I cut some cutscenes accidentally. Now entering the Drod core system, sensors indicate the presence of pre-industrial civilization. On the planet ahead, its moon shows signs of recent protomatter detonation. Admiral, I'm detecting the Zenkethi lifelines on the planet. It must be preparing another bomb.
Whatever the Zenkethi are doing down there, we need to stop it. Now.
Tactical advice?
Target their cruisers first, if possible. The support they provide to their allies is difficult to deal with as long as they are active. Now is not the time to sit and chew ligament. We should strike now, before they can destroy another planet.
Very well.
Whatever the Zenkethi are doing down there, we need to stop it. Now.
Great, let's get to that planet and stop them.
Zenkethi warships! Red alert!
Alliance vessels. This system has been claimed by the Zenkethi Coalition. Your presence is unnecessary. Leave at once.
That's not going to happen.
You were warned. So be it. We now walk on the path of violence.
Battle stations.
To battle, Commander. Fight well.
I'd say the Rescalva did quite well in the first battle.
Good battle. Well fought. The honor of victory is ours.
We can beam away. We can beam an away team close to the Zenkethi position, Admiral. They're currently far from any settlements we've detected on the surface. Understood? Beam down. I believe Zenkethi are using some type of jamming technology to conceal the protomatter bomb from us. Finding it would be difficult in this terrain. Recommendations?
Their weapon is inefficiently shielded. It leaks kaons at a level our tricorders can detect and track. I recommend we scan for elevated kaon levels and follow the signal.
Good idea. Let's scan for kaons and pursue the Zenkethi.
The Kaon particle traces lead into the valley ahead of us.
Oh, I see. They followed the waterfall. The rocks here are causing a lot of interference. We should take another set of scans to get our bearings.
What do you see, Rodek?
There! The Zinkethi!
They're big and angry.
We now walk the path of violence.
So be it. Attack! Come, Zinkethi. See our true warrior fight.
You will not stop us.
So, there are some Zinkethi with a taste for battle. Good.
Scans indicate they took the path to the east.
Should have claimed that a long time ago.
Why would they destroy entire planets?
They must find some tactical advantage in these actions, for some reason.
I'm reading Zenkethi life signs ahead. They're waiting for us.
Ah, good. We will meet them in glorious battle. They are using delaying tactics. We must be getting close.
The path continues down from here. The protomatter bomb is still ahead of us.
And let's get there.
The Kaon levels are rising. We're getting closer to the protomatter bomb.
Stop them! This world must be cleansed!
Ha! They fight like cornered rabbit tars. I can smell their fear.
There, just ahead. I see guards. We must be close. trail ends here. I'm reading Zenkethi life signs inside that blocked-off cave.
Blasting through that rock will take time. Time we don't have.
I'm reading a tunnel behind that waterfall. One that leads to the cave. We must move. Quickly.
Let's finish this. Follow the tunnel behind the waterfall into the cave.
Move swiftly, and we can take them by surprise.
Look! They've set up the protomatter bomb in here. But we'll need to clear the Zenkethi from the cave before we can do anything about the bomb.
Agreed. Take the Zenkethi down and secure the cavern.
Guards. They clearly did not notice this entrance.
Oh my. That is a huge protomatter matrix. It's controlled by 3 regulator consoles, all active and cycling towards detonation. I can shut it down, but I need time. Cover me while I work.
Cut your back, Captain. Shut down those bombs.
More Zenkethi. Defend the look.
Shutting down Pylon Alpha.
For honor! For the Empire!
Pylon Alpha is offline.
Your path of violence ends here, Zenkethi.
Shutting down Pylon Beta now.
Soon, victory will be ours. Keep fighting!
Pylon Beta is shut down. Pylon Gamma is down. We're all clear. Pylon Gamma is down. We're all clear. It's done. All the bombs are deactivated. We can... Wait. Look! These crystal formations are very similar to those we found at the first protobombing site on Draconis 3. This can't be a coincidence. We may have found what the Zenkethi are targeting in these attacks.
Indeed. Rodek, something to add?
Word from the core. Zenkethi ships are dropping out of water.
Astro Merwin to the purple latex catsuit. Admiral Zenkethi are on a separate course at full impulse. Shall we beam the away team up? Beam us up. Admiral Zenkethi command ship is hailing us. This ought to be interesting on screen.
Alliance vessels, I am Fleet Admiral Arenzen Tarak. As you now know, this system has been claimed by the Zenkethi Coalition. Further aggression on your part will not be tolerated. This world is not yours to defend. Leave now, while you're still able.
Rodak speaks up.
We do not recognize your claims, Zenkethi. Your forces have murdered millions. If you are the leader here, it is you who will answer for these crimes.
We're not going anywhere until this is over.
Then your choice is made. The path of violence. It is one I have walked many times, without fear, without remorse. Come, let us walk it together.
The transmission is cut.
Fight now! For honor and glory!
Kapla!
This is far from over. Tell your youth, the Zenkethi will not be denied. Those who try to stop us will be purged, their homeworlds cleansed. You would test us at your peril.
Connection is cut.
Let them flee. Let them run to their masters and whimper like craven targs. Let them whisper of warriors who fight with honor and without fear.
I doubt we've seen the last of them, General.
You may be right. They may return and bring their protomatter weapon with them. Should that day come, I hope to meet them in battle once more with a warrior like you at my side. But for now, I must return to the Empire. There is a matter of great importance that I must investigate there.
It's been an honor, General.
I think we've found a big piece of the puzzle. I believe the Zenkethi are targeting planets with concentrations of those strange crystals. But why? A riddle for another day, I suppose. For now, we should return and share what we've learned. About everything. Including the fate of Kentar. Do you think they managed to survive somehow?
Perhaps. There are always possibilities, Captain. All decks reported in. We're ready to depart. Initiate warp.
The reports are true, then. The Zenkethi have a protomatter bomb. Unfortunate. I admit great discomfort at the thought of this weapon being used on another world, especially one in the Republic. We must know more about this bomb and how to stop it. We need to know more about these crystals you mentioned as well. If they are the key to these attacks, we need to know why.
While searching for signs of weaponized protomatter, one of our long-distance research probes made a most curious discovery. It found a Class M planet at the heart of the Gonkra Nebula. That's not the most exciting news, however. The probe detected the presence of sentient life on the planet. The biosigns were very similar to our own. It is possible that we have discovered a lost tribe of Lucari. We're going to investigate, and we'd like some backup. The probe went offline rather suddenly after detecting the planet. These people might not be very friendly.
Understood.
Very little on this sector is known to us or our allies. We have recently established contact with the sector's most prominent inhabitants, the First Federation. They are somewhat enigmatic, but encouraging, especially where Tranya is concerned.
Almost there.
I'm reading a group of starships out there. They're armed, shielded, and combat capable. Let's hope they're not hostile as well. As the ranking officer here, I believe you should be the first to initiate contact.
Thank you. Open and hailing frequency comms. Our response, perhaps the nebula is causing interference. Compensating for nebula conditions, still no response.
Curious. Perhaps they might respond more favorably to a familiar face. May I open a channel?
It's worth a shot. Proceed.
Unidentified vessels. This is Captain Kumar K. of the LSS Reskava. I extend cordial greetings in the interest of establishing peaceful contact between us.
Still quiet. Is the Universal Translator online?
I'm not certain. Wait. They're locking weapons.
Red alert. Fire to disable.
I don't understand. The Reskava did nothing to prevent this attack.
Prime Minister Tulaman of the Qatari Union. I've ordered our forces to cease hostilities and ask you to do the same.
This is Admiral Ashley Merwin of the USS Purple Latex Catsuit. Explain yourself, Prime Minister.
There's been a grave misunderstanding. It is customary for us to discuss such grievances in person. Will you accept my invitation to parley?
Yes, send us meeting site coordinates. Ashley Merwin out.
The Centauri. They survived. Somehow they managed to survive the devastation of Kentar and make it here. Incredible. Historically, Centauri were quick to distrust and attack. It would seem that hasn't changed. We should be cautious. Despite that, I am ready to transport when you are.
Energize.
The 14 sacred trees of Lucar. The Centauri destroyed one world with their toxic ways, and it seems they're well on their way to destroy another. Unbelievable. This Prime Minister has much to answer for. Where is she, by the way? And why are we meeting on the street?
I was wondering about that myself. Mr. Centauri Admiral, apparently there's a minor error in the coordinates they provided, resulting in your current situation. Transmitting updated coordinates for the Centauri Capitol building to you now. Shall we beam you there? Negative. It's not too far from here. We'll go on foot.
That Centauri on the street looks quite ill.
Reading extreme levels of toxins in the Centauri lungs. Without treatment, he'll be dead in months.
Reading high levels of toxic chemical emissions in the area. They still use unregulated exhaust systems? Unbelievable. How peculiar. The doors here have built-in filtration systems.
Tilting boxes are built in this door, but are
What's that
substandard at
machine
best.
to the side? Some sort of miniature store? It's full of breathing aids. People poison the air here and charge others to withstand it. Does that fluid look off to you?
Drain pipe is leaking acidic fluids with high levels of pollutants.
Enemy targets on sensors.
I've never seen this level of suffering. Oh, they pile the refuse in the streets. There are still heat signatures on this junk. It was placed here recently.
Kill the Lucari and her alien lackey!
I see hatred for Lucari still burns in the hearts of some Centauri, along with violent xenophobia. Hopefully their leadership is of a more diplomatic nature.
Agreed. Let's keep moving.
The Capitol building is a short distance from here.
The lunar colony is providing just enough food to support the Centauri population at current consumption levels. The government has launched a new farm labor program aimed at increasing food production and adding new jobs. The program is expected to launch prior to the beginning of the next crop cycle on the colony. The structural integrity of several housing blocks has been called into question by independent analysts. Ministers of the building authority deny any cause for concern as tower extension projects aimed at elevating the blocks above the smog level have commenced. The smog business epidemic is on the rise. If you find a citizen collapsed on the street, call the nearest medical station. When you purchase breathers, make sure you provide for your children before you provide for yourselves. We must secure the future. Gitnan Rood, number 41 of the South Capitol Steelbenders, received an award from the Office of the Prime Minister for charitable service yesterday. After the team's victory over the North Capitol Forgers, Rin celebrated by purchasing gold-bay breathers for each fan in the stadium.
Asteroid mining in the system has revealed a new mineral. Its primary use lies in power generation, and it could serve as a high-energy alternative to chemical and atomic fuel sources currently in use. The Kentar Energy Consortium has secured initial rights to harvesting the mineral known as Hardenite. Contrary to reformist propaganda, smog levels are stable and decreasing in some quadrants. Yes, construction teams are receiving contracts, but this will lead to job creation and affordable housing throughout Kentar City. Remember, as upper floors are bought and moved into, the lower floors are made available to others at affordable rates. Looking for an 80th floor view? Soon you'll be able to get one. United, we are strong. Recent studies on the connection between unprotected breathing and the so-called smog sickness were inconclusive. Many of the planet's population never wear breathers, and none have been diagnosed with the disease. Remember, eat well and work hard. Staying strong is the only true way to keep from getting ill. Baradu, the Beast, Moody, number 15 of the colony feeders, has received more criticism for speaking out against the owners of the various planetary teams. Moody continues to state that the team owners are subjecting the players to horrible living conditions while the owners all live in penthouse suites. Multiple players have gone on the record that their living conditions are fine and they are not being bribed to make these statements. A boycott on all Beast souvenirs is still in effect in most cities, though Moody has yet to be suspended by the Sporting Guild.
Some people must be lying.
Even here, the poor huddle in misery. What? Another attack?
Enemy target. You shouldn't have come here. Now you're gonna die!
Is that the last of them?
I certainly like this Red Angel suit.
The Centauri have some explaining to do.
See if I can keep it in the cutscene. Yes, there is no cutscene.
Well,
You see me wearing
this place is a far cry from the smog and squalor we just left, isn't it?
Welcome to New Kentar. I must apologize for the unfortunate incidents that have taken place. You have arrived during a period of social unrest for our people.
That will explain the repeated attacks.
I'm afraid so. The decline of our world has split the Kentari into two factions. The reformists, like myself, who wish to gradually change our way of life for the better. And the traditionalists, who cling tightly to the old ways and all of the destruction that comes with them. The Kentari who attacked you were traditionalist soldiers. They see you, and especially the Lucari, as a threat to their existence.
What danger do we or Lucari pose to your people?
It's simple. Your kind are well-armed aliens from an advanced culture. To the Trads, you're hostile invaders. And the Lucari? Dangerous anarchists from our distant past, long thought exiled, now returned. And more dangerous than ever. The troubling part is they may be right. About all of you.
Such xenophobia is unwarranted, Minister.
Minister Pentaro is in charge of planetary security. It's his job to evaluate all potential threats, foreign and domestic. The idea of working with aliens, with Lucari, will be controversial. That said, our situation is deteriorating. I'm willing to open a dialogue with outside parties.
Such a dialogue will be monitored, however, in the interest of planetary security.
Your suspicion is misplaced, Minister. We had nothing to do with all this.
You're not wrong, Captain. And we realize the need to do something about it. The privileged few are safe above the pollution, but they live on borrowed time. Ecosystems across the planet are failing. We can no longer afford to...
Prime Minister, do you think it's prudent to discuss such matters with these outsiders?
Well, to the Admiral, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we have urgent news. Sankethi warships are on fast approach to the moon of the planet. Kentari forces are moving to intercept. They are heavily outgunned. Go to red alert. We'll do what we can to help.
Curious. One band of aliens arrives with words of peace, while another arrives bearing the swords of war. How convenient. Coincidence? Or a cunning ruse to weaken our defenses and lower our guard?
Sankethi are not our allies, as you will soon see.
I believe you. Our moon is home to our agricultural sites and thousands of Kentari workers. Your help protecting it will be welcomed by my government. The sooner you can begin, the better.
Energize. Kentari have moved to engage the Zenkethi forces. They won't last long without us, especially against the Zenkethi flagship. Helm, take us in. All hands, battle stations.
Saving their ships might build some trust with the Kentari.
Glad you're with us.
For the Kentari!
I'm reading concentrations of the crystals targeted by the Zenkethi on the Kentari moon, along with numerous Zenkethi life signs and several protomatter signals. We'd better hurry. They may be preparing to detonate more bombs.
Agreed, let's get to the moon and stop the
Get to the
Zenkethi.
moon and stop those bombs, now! I hope your people know how to deal with these bombs, Lucari. If this is some kind of trick, you won't live to regret it.
Increase power to weapons! Hit us with everything we've got!
I couldn't hit the hill fast enough.
We detected some sort of intense energy detonation on the moon. We're reading 0 life signs there. No one. They're all gone. What did they do to us? What has happened?
It was a protomatter bomb. It eradicates all organic matter and solid.
It's not lost, Minister. While we can't bring back the Kentari who were killed, we can help you restore your moon's food production capabilities in short order.
A likely story.
For all we know, this is the precursor to invasion. These aliens have destroyed our food and weakened our military, Prime Minister. They mean to conquer us.
That's ridiculous. We just risk our lives to protect you.
Calm yourself, Pentaro, and remember who is Prime Minister here. Captain Kumarke, I accept your proposal, provided there's full oversight from the Ministry of Defense at every stage of the operation. You'll understand our need for such security measures, I'm sure.
I won't let you down, Prime Minister. Have your observation team meet mine on the moon at these coordinates. We'll begin as soon as we're able.
We'll be on Overwatch in case Zenkethi return.
The protomatter emitters are in place. The matrix is stable and primed for effect. Let me know when you want me to initiate the restoration.
Make it so.
Protomatter matrix is stable. We're ready to begin. Initiating primary restoration sequence now. Something is wrong. Everything just stopped. Why? I checked the settings myself. That moon should be covered with crops by now. I could use some assistance down there. Please join me at the worksite.
Acknowledge, on my way.
Alright, let's begin by configuring the flow regulators at each of the transmission arrays. I'll observe the flow rates while you make the adjustments.
Understood, we'll adjust each of the transmitters.
Curious. Someone made adjustments to the transmitters that could cause a detonation similar to a protomatter bomb. But whoever did it wasn't familiar with Lucari tech. We have safeguards to prevent such a thing, so instead of blowing up, it just didn't work. I hate to say it, but I believe one of the Kantari observers made those adjustments.
Better be sure. Wait, hear that?
Kantari! Cover me while I secure the protomatter! I'm far from defenseless, Kantari! I'm taking fire here! Help! us is unwise. Very unwise. I'm taking fire here. Help! Kentauri! Cover me while I secure the portamaster! I'm far from defenseless, Kentauri! Kentauri! Cover me while I secure the portamaster!
Just get to work, we'll cover you.
I'm taking fire here! Help! Kentauri! Cover me while I secure the portamaster! Oh, portamaster secured. We're safe. Those were traditionalists. I suspect one of their operatives was behind the sabotage here as well. I've locked out access to everyone but you and me. We can make things right without any interference once we return to our ships.
Understood, energize.
All systems are online. We're ready to go. Initiating restoration process now. Protomatter matrix deployed. Everything's in the green. We did it!
It worked. Our sensors are showing a stable protomatter matrix in the formation of crops at all production sites. We owe you a profound debt of gratitude. Thank you.
Can Marke make this happen? No thanks to traditionalists.
Their actions have shamed us all, but they will not get away with it, I assure you. Minister Pentaro is looking into it personally. He has sent some ships to escort you back to New Kentar.
We see them. They're on an attack course.
Alien vessels! Surrender or be destroyed! Fire!
You forced my hand. You and your pathetic Lucari bootlicker. It's time to end this. I will make New Kentar safe once more. Safe from you and the rest of the alien filth in the galaxy.
Stand down before more people get hurt, Minister. Final warning.
Exile was too good for the Lucari. We should wipe you out.
Not everyone in New Kentar is loyal to Kentar. His madness nearly killed us all. And for what? Pride, hate, and fear. I wish to formally apologize and thank all of you in person. Under the circumstances, we should meet on one of your vessels. The Rescava, if you're agreeable.
I am. We'll see you there.
This is a momentous occasion. I'm glad you're here to share it with us. Diplomacy is part of a captain's job, as you know. I hope I'm up for the challenge. Welcome to the Rescava, Prime Minister. I look forward to working together.
Thank you, Captain. Most kind of you after all that's happened. We almost lost everything today. Instead, we can begin to build a better future, thanks to you. There will be resistance from people like Pentaro, but we must continue to look ahead. To that end, we hope to work together with you and your allies.
I'm happy to hear it. Kantari and Lucari have lived apart far too long. We've recently begun to explore beyond our world. Perhaps we can do so together.
Perhaps. We've got a lot of work to do before then, however.
Indeed we do.
Well then, let's get started, shall we?
After all this time, the Kantari are here, alive. I can hardly believe it. This will be quite the revelation back home. Many Lucari do not look fondly upon the great exodus or the Kantari who were forced it upon us. Still, we may be able to path to reunification, one that lets us rebuild what was lost in the Kantari. I truly hope so. Alright, and that is the end of the stream. Everybody have a good evening, and I will talk to you guys next time.